Education is something most of us take for granted in Australia, but many kids around the world aren't as fortunate. Now, one Brisbane man wants to do his bit to improve the opportunities for children who are doing it tough. Daniel Argent from Urban Property joins me in studio. Dan, just how big is this problem in terms of kids not getting a chance at education?
Alison, it's actually a really big problem, and as you look into it, you find out just how big it is. In Australia alone, 70,000 kids a year don't complete high school, which is a 1 in 5 of kids in Australia. And overseas in countries like Cambodia, it's even worse, where 3 in 5 kids don't get to complete school. So it's an enormous issue.
Yeah, so we all do deserve an education, but why specifically is this cause close to your heart?
Well, I look back at my own childhood, and my mum worked 3 jobs while I was growing up because she wanted me to have the best chance at life, and she felt that getting a good education was so important. And if you look at the statistics, it really is. I mean, kids that don't complete school are 8 times more likely to end up with a criminal conviction, 4 times more likely to suffer from domestic violence, and 2 times more likely to become unemployed. So it's an enormous issue. And I look back at my own childhood and the sacrifice that my mum made, and I think that it's allowed me to get to where I am today. And so for me, this is about sort of giving back and being able to do something for others and help other kids to fulfil their true potential.
Yeah, paying it forward, one might say.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you've planned a fundraiser. Tell me what you're embarking on.
Okay, so it's called Sponsor a Step, and I'm trekking to Everest Base Camp in November, and it's 165,000 steps up and back. And so my goal is to raise $1 for every step. And if we can do that, we'll raise $165,000. And then we will then work with local organisations that provide education for disadvantaged kids, both here and overseas in countries like Cambodia. And that money will actually help to send over 300 kids to school. So that's what I'm doing.
And speaking of those kids, a good example of the results that are possible, Sophie Ron, just tell me a little bit about her.
Oh, she's an amazing woman. I'm not sure if if everyone's seen the story, but when she was about 10 years old in Cambodia, she was on a garbage dump collecting rubbish to sell and making about 50 cents a day. And this is instead of going to school. And a local organisation called the Cambodian Children's Fund found her, and they said, would you like to go to school and learn English? And she said, oh, absolutely. What's English? But anyway, she went to school, and 13 years later, she's now at the University of Melbourne doing a Bachelor of Arts. And I was actually speaking to her just earlier today, and she said that before she went to school, she had no goals in life. And now she's looking forward to the future. She wants to start her own business. Her family's still living in poverty in Cambodia. She wants to be able to support them. So it just completely changes people's lives, and that's just one of the organisations that we want to help fund their work.
Well, she is inspiring, you are inspiring. Sponsor a Step. If everyone could donate $1, we'll be certainly achieving that goal. Thanks for coming in, Dan.
Thanks so much.
Queensland is watching the #1 news hour.